Hi guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make chicken stew, and not just any kind of chicken stew. I'm teaching you how to make the most flavorful chicken stew ever. And I'm telling you, I don't know which stew is the best in your opinion, but I think chicken stew is like top 2. And it's actually very simple to make. Let me teach you how I make it. Since tomato is out of season and bell pepper is in season, I'm going to be using more bell peppers and very little tomatoes. And even if tomatoes comes back in season, I think you should stick to this ratio because it was so good. So I have here some red bell pepper, 2 onions, 4 little tomatoes, some red pepper, garlic, ginger, and then my rosemary. I'm just going to roast this because I want it to have a vibrant color and also improve the flavor of it. And also when you roast them, the stew doesn't take long to cook. Gone are the days where we used to blend and just pour it in our stew and it takes forever to cook. Now I'm going to season my chicken, and I always use hard chicken when I'm making my chicken stew. I just prefer that. And it always lasts a bit longer when you're cooking it as well, so I just prefer that one. If you don't know my pepper mix for seasoning my meat, please check in the caption. I have a link. You can check it, okay? So I'm just going to season my chicken with my usual REMIE chicken, REMIE beef, Maggie cube combo, and I'm just going to add in some EGYE spice for extra flavor and cover this and let it cook. It takes about 30 minutes to properly cook hard chicken because unlike soft chicken, this should take a bit longer to cook. Now I'm just going to take it out of the stock water and then fry it, okay? You're going to fry it in hot oil. And if you're trying to preserve your oil because of the cost of oil these days, you can decide to air fry it or grill or whatever, but anytime I'm making any protein stew, it's better to fry it because you can use that same oil to make the stew, and trust me, the flavor is just out of this world. So I always prefer doing that. But if you don't want that, you can do it otherwise, okay? Now I'm just going to fry my boiled eggs. They call these dragon eggs. I don't know why it's called dragon eggs, but frying your boiled eggs for stews is always appropriate because it kind of stays longer in the stew. Do you understand? It doesn't tear apart and all that. All we need to do now is make our stew, and in that same oil I'm going to add in my chopped onions. I'm using 3 large onions here to make this. I'm just going to give this a good mix, fry it a bit, and I'm going to add a little bit of tomato paste. Do not take a lot of tomato paste, just a little bit goes a long way. Now to make my stew base, I'm going to blend 1 bell pepper and 1 carrot. Like I said, I'm making this stew taste like vegetable stew, but in a blended form. Do you understand? So I'm just going to pour that inside your stew and then give this a good mix. Let it fry for 10 minutes and then add in your tomato and bell pepper mix. Can you see how vibrant this color is? That's just how we want it, okay? Now I'm just going to give this a good mix, combine everything together, and then we're going to start cooking our stew. With this method, the stew is not going to take even more than 45 or an hour to cook. Within 30 to 35 minutes, the stew is ready. Do you understand? So I'm just going to cook this, and then once your oil starts settling like this, your stew is literally ready. Now I'm going to add in your chicken stock because you can't make chicken stew without adding the chicken stock to it. It's actually incomplete. It's impossible. So please add the chicken stock, give this a good mix, and then you're going to add your seasoning mix, okay? So for the seasoning, I'm adding in my usual seasoning mix I use to season my chicken, the same thing. Then I'm going to add in EGYE and then my mix for stew. This is a special mix for stew I got from Miss Cookie Spices. You should check them out, and their seasonings are really good. So I'm just going to cover this and let that stew properly cook well, and add in your proteins. I'm adding my chicken and then my boiled eggs. Give this a good mix. Let it simmer on low heat for about 5 to 10 minutes, and that's it. Your stew is ready, okay? You can use the same method to make any other stew that you like, goat's meat, cow meat, any of them, okay? And that's it. Or if you don't have an oven or an air fryer, you can fry this pepper mix or the tomato mix, or you can boil it before you blend. Any of this works, and you can also use your frying pan to roast it by roasting it without any oil in it, okay? And that's it. That could also work. Now I'm just going to serve with my rice and add in some plantains because I feel like rice and stew isn't complete without plantains. I don't know, I just think. Now you're going to add in your stew and enjoy this recipe. I hope you guys love this recipe. You can ask me any questions on my social media pages. I'm available to answer them. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos. And hope to see you in my next video. Bye!